MilPro Akron here. I have something new that I want to show you. You've seen the Wasser 1063 before in a couple of my videos. You've seen a few variations of it. At one point I had a quad rail up here and all kinds of doodads and lasers and lights and things, and a collapsible stock, and then I put it all back into mostly its original condition, leaving the saw grip on it because it feels better in my hand. But I decided that I was going to test the accuracy of this weapon, and I took it out to the range and I was very careful and tried to zero perfectly with my iron sights, only to discover that my front sight post is bent and crooked. So I couldn't get it properly zeroed. It still shoots a little bit to the left. So I'm going to take it to the gunsmith and let them have a look at that and fix it. But in the interim, I decided that I wanted to put a red dot on there. So I talked to some of my friends who were AK files, wackos, really, AK nuts, okay? And they told me that the Bushnell TRS25 was a pretty good sight to try for a red dot on a rifle of this type. So I decided to buy one. And I was introduced to someone, Scott Hoskison, at RS Regulate. And he said that he had a brand new mounting system for AKs that he wanted me to take a look at. And here it is. So, what you have is what he calls the AK300 Mounting system. And it's CNC machined, it's skeletonized, and it mounts on your side rail for you AK guys who have a side rail mount on your receiver. And it has a very unique method of attachment. It's a lever that finalizes the attachment, but it also has this hex screw here that you rotate in 1/6 turns to get the proper fit for your rail. So even though my rail is a little banged up, and at one point I had to file it a little bit in order to get something else to fit on there properly, even though it's, you know, been handled and damaged in that way, I was able to tighten this bolt and get the proper fit for this so that it's nice and snug. There's no movement whatsoever. And then once you have all those adjustments made, you put it on, you snap that in place, and it's good to go. And it's very low profile, it's very light, and it's also really durable. But if you look here, what may appear to be a 1913 rail is actually a tongue and groove type system. And depending on what type of optic you're going to put on your AK, you get a different mount. These pieces right in here fit together so snugly that there's no movement between them whatsoever. They slide into place perfectly, and there's no adjustment needed. They don't wiggle. You don't have to play around with it at all. They slide in. Now, I was also one of the first people who was able to review the AKMD, which is the mount specifically made for the TRS25 optic. And again, because of the way it's machined and engineered, the optic fits onto this mount perfectly. There's absolutely no movement once you set the optic down inside this mount. A couple of hex screws here hold the thing together, and that's it. And I took it to the range, zeroed it, and it functions exactly the way it was described and exactly the way it's designed. And it is a really, really good mount. If you go to my website, ross-elder.com, you'll be able to read the write-up that I did. I did a written review of it as well. You can read that on there. But if you're looking for a side mount option for your AK, this is probably the best option you're going to find. I am sold on this. It comes in different variations. It comes with a forward bias where these sections are removed and all you have is the forward bias for a mount. It also has a rearward bias where this section is removed and it just has this, and then this is the full size. This is called the AK303. So check out rsregulate.com for more information on these sights. They're available at various outlets. They don't sell directly off of the website, but you can find them just simply by searching for the product number or RS Regulate, and you'll be directed to the place to go. But it made it a fun day of shooting for my old Wasser, and I'm actually considering getting another TRS25 to put on one of my ARs. So we'll see how that works out. But check them out. RS Regulate. Go to ross-elder.com. Read my full write-up on it. And get yourself a new mount to upgrade your AK. Till next time, MilPro Akron. Train safe, train hard, stay alive.